Hello beautiful people, it's your girl Roxy and I'm back with another video. Today in this video I'm going to be showing you how I create this lace frontal wig using a hot glue gun. And the hair that I'm using in this video was sent to me by Tinashe. I have watched a few reviews on this hair company and they were all good, so I'm excited to share with you guys my honest opinion as well. So Tinashe sent me 3 bundles of hair, 20 inch, 22, 24 inches in their body wave, and their lace frontal closure in 20 inch, and it's a body wave as well. And in the pack they also threw in a little hand mirror, which I thought was pretty cute. So I'm going to start off by bleaching the knots on the frontal, and I'm going to be using 30 volume developer as well as the quick blue bleach powder, and I'm just going to use the whole pack of the quick blue bleach powder, the small pack here. I'm just using just enough developer to get a really thick paste, and this way the bleach will not run onto the hair. So this is the first time that I've achieved the perfect consistency for bleaching my knots. The few times I've tried it in the past, it didn't go so well, so I'm very excited. And yeah, so I'm just lightly spreading the bleach over onto the frontal until I've covered everywhere. And once all of that is covered, I'm just going to top it up with some foil paper, and I did leave it on for about 25 minutes. I could have left it longer, but I was afraid it was going to over bleach. So 25 minutes did do the job. It was pretty good. It wasn't too over bleach. It was just right for me. So that's how it looks there. And I did rinse it out using purple shampoo. I should mention that. The Shimmer Light shampoo I used. So now I'm just placing the frontal onto the mannequin head and onto the cap. I'm just placing it with a T-pin just to set it. And as I'm combing through the frontal at this point, I was just so in love with how thick and full the frontal was. So like I said, I'm using a hot glue gun in order to make my wig. What I'm doing here is using the glue gun to lay down the frontal. Usually what most people do is sew it on and then they'll glue the rest of the bundles on, but I just decided to just use the hot glue gun to lay down the frontal. This is my very first time using a hot glue gun to make a wig, so I was definitely learning as I was going. Well, I must say that using the hot glue gun is much faster, and I don't think I'll ever sew a wig again after this experience. So once that's in place, I'm gonna start by putting in my bundles, and I'm starting with the longest bundle first, and it's a 24 inch. So what I'm doing is just using the hot glue gun first, and I'm just spreading it along the cap where I need to lay the tracks, and then I'm laying the track directly on top of it. To be honest, the hot glue gun can be a little bit messy, but it's okay because the glue does not get stuck to the hair and it's an easy clean, I should say. Yeah, so I chose not to cut the wefts. I thought it would just speed up the process, and also I thought it would prevent shedding. So I'm just continuing to do the same thing, where I'm just applying the hot glue to the cap and then placing the tracks down onto the hot glue. And I'm just gonna do this up until I reach the crown, and I'm trying to get it as close to the lace frontal as possible. At this point, I'm still using the 24-inch, which is the very first bundle, and I'm about halfway done. I must say that the bundles are very full and they're very thick from root to tip. And yeah. So right here is where I'm finishing off the first track, and as you can see, I'm pretty much halfway done, and the hair it's not as if it's thin, it's still thick and it's still full. It's just the right amount of thickness. Now that I'm at the crown of my mannequin head, I'm just gonna do straight lines right across and bring that all the way forward. So I'm no longer doing a horseshoe pattern. And this is just so that the top part lays as flat as possible. So I carried everything going up in a straight line horizontally, and now here you'll see my very last weft, and I'm trying to get it as close to the frontal as possible. So I ended up using the 20-inch, which was the third bundle, but I only used about 2 rows out of that whole bundle. So I ended up using about 2 bundles and less than a quarter. So right now I'm just brushing out the body waves because I won't be leaving it with its natural body wave. I'm going to be curling it, as you saw in the beginning. And look how full and soft the hair is. And I didn't even use the full 3 bundles. So I definitely did some plucking, and I also used the hot comb to help straighten the hair. So now I'm just placing the wig onto my head, and it fits pretty good so far. I'm gonna take my hot comb. This hot comb is from Andis. I purchased it on Amazon. I'm gonna take the hot comb, and what I'm doing, I'm just using it to just get most of the hair out of the way before I cut the lace off and before I cut off the excess lace on the sides. So now I'm just cutting off the extra lace on the side. And I did the same thing to the other side as well. So now that that's off, I'm gonna cut off the extra lace around the front, of course. I'm just gonna snip it down the middle and then cut down each side. And as I'm looking, I can already see that the lace is going to melt into my skin seamlessly. And that's one thing that I love about this lace. Look at the fullness of the lace, and I love that because you can easily customize it to your liking. So I definitely did need to do a little bit more plucking, and I did do that. I'm gonna apply the wig now using the Got To Be glue. Well, it's a gel, not really a glue. And as you can see here, as I'm putting on the wig, it does look a little bit dusty. And this is because I used some loose powder in order to try and match the lace to my skin, which I really didn't need to in the first place. But I ended up correcting it, and you'll see the loose powder is going to be gone in a few clips moving forward. So I added some of the Got To Be free spray on top of the Got To Be glue, and this is just for extra security. And also, as I was spraying, I found that it kind of took out that ashy look that I created using the loose powder on my lace. But nonetheless, I am absolutely loving how this lace is just sitting on my hairline, and it's slowly beginning to melt with my skin. So now I'm just going in with the hot comb. I'm just trying to lay the frontal a little bit flatter, and it's definitely doing the job. And do you guys see how full this hair is? And keep in mind, I practically used 2 bundles. So as I'm looking at the hair right now and how full it is, I definitely knew at this point that I wanted to add curls, because I knew it would give me some really full, voluminous curls. To achieve these curls, I did use my curling wand, and it was, I believe, a 1/2 inch to 1 inch ascending curling wand. So I'm just going in with a wax stick, and this is just gonna help with the flattening of the wig, just to make it lay down a little bit better, especially while I'm applying the heat from the hot comb. So this is the finished look, guys. I'm definitely giving Tinashe Hair Company 2 thumbs up. They get 2 thumbs up because of the fullness of the hair and the fullness of their bundles, as well as the quality of their frontal. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I will definitely leave the details of the hair below in the description box. If you have any questions, just leave them below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.